This week changed everything for thousands of immigrants waiting for their American dream. If you've been waiting for your green card, applied for a visa, or planning to move to the United States, what happened in the first week of January 2026 could completely change your timeline. Stay until the end, because update number 1 could cut your waiting time in half. Welcome back to Immigration. Fresh Updates, your trusted source for honest, clear, and hopeful immigration news. I'm here to break down the 7 biggest U.S. immigration updates from this week in a way that actually makes sense. No confusion, no legal language, just real information that affects real people like you. Whether you're a student, a worker, someone with family in the U.S., or just dreaming of starting fresh in America, these updates matter to you. So let's dive in, starting from number 7 all the way to the most important one, at number 1. Let's start with some really good news. This week, USCIS announced that processing times for employment-based green cards, especially in the EB2 and EB3 categories, have dropped significantly. What does this mean for you? If you're a skilled worker, an engineer, a nurse, a teacher, or anyone with a job offer in the US, your wait time just got shorter. Some cases that used to take 18 to 24 months are now being processed in 10 to 14 months. That's almost a year faster. Why is this happening? The U.S. economy is growing. American companies need talent. There's a labor shortage in healthcare technology, education, and construction. The government knows that to keep the economy strong, they need to bring in skilled workers faster. It's not just about paperwork. It's about keeping America competitive in the global market. Why this matters for immigrants. Faster processing means less anxiety. It means you can plan your life. You can tell your kids when they'll start school. You can finally feel like your future is arriving, not just waiting in a queue somewhere. This is a sign that the system is trying to work better for people who've been patient, who've played by the rules, and who just want a chance. The January 2026 Visa Bulletin brought hope to thousands of families. This week, we saw priority date movement in family-sponsored categories, especially for F2A spouses and children of green card holders, and F4 siblings of U.S. citizens. What does this mean? If your family member petitioned for you years ago, your date might finally be current. That means you can move forward with your interview, your medical exam, and your final steps toward getting your green card. Why is this happening? Diplomatic relations between the U.S. and countries like the Philippines, Mexico, India, and China have remained stable. Consular offices are working faster. There's also a push within the U.S. government to reunite families, because family unity is still a core American value, no matter what the political noise sounds like. Why this matters for immigrants. Family separation is one of the hardest parts of immigration. Waiting 5, 10, even 15 years to see your loved ones is painful. Every month of movement in the Visa Bulletin is a month closer to hugging your parents, your siblings, your children. It's not just a number, it's a reunion. So if you've been checking that bulletin every month with your heart in your throat, this week gave you a reason to breathe a little easier. This one is huge for international students and tech workers. The Department of Homeland Security proposed changes to the H-1B lottery system this week. The goal: make it more fair and stop companies from gaming the system. What's changing? Instead of one person being entered multiple times by different employers, each person will only be entered once. This means your chances of being selected go up if you're a real candidate with real skills, not just someone whose employer is trying to flood the system. Why is this happening? The U.S. wants to attract the best and brightest, but in recent years the lottery system was being abused. Some consulting companies would submit the same person dozens of times to increase their odds. That pushed out deserving candidates. The government is now saying, we want fairness, we want talent. We want people who will truly contribute. Why this matters for immigrants. If you studied hard-earned your degree in the U.S. and you're trying to work in your field, this levels the playing field. You're no longer competing against loopholes, you're competing on merit, and that's how it should be. This is also a signal to international students. America still wants you. The system is just getting smarter about how it picks you. Hey, before we continue, I want to hear from you. Where are you watching this video from right now? Are you in India, the Philippines, Mexico, Canada? Or maybe you're already in the US waiting for your status to change. Drop your country or city in the comments below. Let's build a community of dreamers and doers. And if this video is helping you, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an update. All right, let's get into the top 4 updates. These are the ones you really don't want to miss. Update number 4. Green card fee increases delayed until March 2026. Here's a bit of relief. The planned increase in green card application fees has been pushed back to March 2026. That gives applicants a few more weeks to submit their forms at the current lower price. What does this mean? If you were planning to apply for adjustment of status, consular processing, or renewals, you have a small window to save a few $100s. For many families, that's groceries for a month. That's rent. That's something. Why is this happening? There's pressure from immigrant advocacy groups, lawyers, and even some lawmakers who argued that raising fees right now, when so many people are already struggling financially, would be cruel. The administration listened. It's not a full victory, but it's a pause. And sometimes a pause is enough to help people catch their breath. Why this matters for immigrants: immigration is expensive. The fees, the lawyers, the translations, the medical exams, it adds up fast. Any delay in fee hikes gives families more time to save, to prepare, to gather their documents without panic. It's a small mercy, but in immigration, small mercies mean a lot. If you were on the fence about applying, now's the time. Don't wait until March. Update number 3. Expanded premium processing for more visa categories. This is a game changer for people who need faster decisions. USCIS announced that premium processing, where you pay extra for a 15-day decision instead of waiting months, is now available for more categories, including certain family-based petitions and work permits. What does this mean? If you need your employment authorization document EAD quickly, or if you're waiting on a travel document, you can now pay for premium processing and get an answer in 2 weeks instead of 6 months. Why is this happening? The US is recognizing that time is money, and for immigrants, time is everything. If you can't work for 6 months while waiting for your EAD, you lose your apartment, your savings, your stability. Premium processing is a way to give people control over their timeline, even if it costs more. It's also a response to backlogs. By offering premium processing, USCIS can fund faster processing for everyone, not just those who pay. It's a win-win economically. Why this matters for immigrants: you get peace of mind, you get certainty. You get to stop refreshing your case status every morning hoping for a miracle. If you have the funds, this option could be the difference between financial survival and falling apart while you wait. And even if you can't afford premium, the fact that it's reducing backlogs means regular processing is getting faster too. Everyone benefits. Update number 2. DACA renewals. Streamlined with automatic extensions for dreamers, those who came to the US as children and have lived here most of their lives. This week brought critical relief. USCIS announced that DACA deferred action for childhood arrivals renewals will now come with automatic extensions if your renewal is pending. What does this mean? If your DACA is expiring soon and you've applied for renewal, you won't lose your work authorization while you wait. You're protected. You can keep your job. You can keep driving. You can keep living your life. Why is this happening? DACA has been under legal attack for years. Courts keep going back and forth. But the reality is, there are hundreds of thousands of young people who contribute to America every single day. Teachers, nurses, soldiers, small business owners. Losing their work permits while waiting on paperwork would hurt not just them, but the entire economy. This automatic extension is a way of saying, we see you, we value you, and we're not going to punish you for a slow system. Why this matters for immigrants? If you're a dreamer, you've lived with uncertainty your whole life. You've been told you don't belong, even though this is the only home you've ever known. This update won't fix everything, but it gives you breathing room. It lets you sleep a little easier tonight. And for everyone else watching, it reminds us that immigration reform isn't just about laws. It's about people, real people with real lives. Update number 1. Congress introduces bipartisan bill to clear green card backlogs. And here's the big one, the most important update of the week. A bipartisan group of senators introduced a bill this week called the Equal Access to Green Cards Act. If passed, it would eliminate per-country caps on employment-based green cards and dramatically reduce the backlog, especially for applicants from India, China, Mexico, and the Philippines. What does this mean? Right now, no country can receive more than 7% of available green cards per year. That sounds fair on paper, but in reality, it means someone from India might wait 50 years for a green card, while someone from a smaller country waits 2. This bill would change that. It would make the line fair. First come first, served no matter where you're from. Why is this happening? Economically, it makes sense. Companies can't wait 50 years for their employees to get green cards. Talented workers are leaving the US for Canada, Australia, and Europe. America is losing its competitive edge. Both Democrats and Republicans see this. That's why this bill is bipartisan. It's not about politics. It's about survival in the global economy. Diplomatically, this also strengthens relationships with India and China, two of the most important economic partners of the United States. Why this matters for immigrants. If this bill passes, it could change the lives of millions. People who've been waiting decades could finally get their green cards. Families could reunite. Children who've aged out could be included again. It's not just policy, it's justice. Even if it doesn't pass immediately, the fact that it's being discussed seriously is a sign. It means momentum is building. It means people are listening. So if you've been in the green card line for years, don't give up. Change is coming. So those are the 7 major updates from this week. And honestly, there's a lot of hope here. Yes, the system is still broken in many ways. Yes, there's still uncertainty, but every single one of these updates shows that progress is possible. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these updates affects you the most? Are you waiting for your green card? Are you a DACA recipient? Are you planning to apply for H-1B? Drop a comment and let me know. And here's the big question. If you could choose, which update would you want to see happen faster? Let's talk about it in the comments. If this video helped you understand what's happening in US immigration right now, please hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe to Immigration Fresh Updates. We're here every week bringing you clear, honest, and hopeful news. Remember, your dream of living in America is not over. The road is long, but every week we're moving forward. Keep going, keep hoping, keep planning. Your time is coming. I'll see you in the next update. Stay strong, stay informed, and stay hopeful.